Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sihat yang semua. Selamat Hari Raya ya. So, kita memang ada sikit ni je student classmate awak ni. Okay, so soalan saya. Okay, siapa lagi seorang Oh, mungkin tak masuk lagi. Okay, it's okay. So, macam ni may I know, dalam ramai-ramai ni, semua duduk dekat mahalah ataupun duduk luar? Are you working ke macam mana? Bekerja ke? Oh, ya, Fadil kerja. Ni Nurul Hikmah and Atika duduk mahalah juga ke duduk luar? Oh, juga. Hikmah pun macam tu juga. Nurul Hikmah. Oh, okay. Okay, dia macam ni so, sekejap, sekejap Okay. First thing, uh, uh, you know kita memang buat, we carry out the class, kita memang buat kelas, we shall have our class at the KICT building dalam IIUM. However, now we have problem with the air condition with the whole building. Kita ada masalah dengan aircon, the whole building. So, for my class yang ni, actually I have booked our in-hut meeting room, room B. So, next week, I will start to conduct a class face to face simultaneously online. So, for those who would like to have face to face class, boleh datang, you can go to meeting room B lah. Yeah. And then for those who would like to have online class, boleh stay lah. So, I will conduct simultaneously. Is it okay? Boleh macam tu? Boleh Yeah. So for those who not available, you are working or you are not around Malaysia, for example, so you can just join the class. And together with that, our class is recorded. So I will upload our class into YouTube. And then from there, uh, let's go to our, I think you're all aware with the Google Classroom that we have. Kita ada Google Classroom kan? We have this Google Classroom. Yeah. So this is the Google Classroom. I hope that everyone can see. So this is our Google Classroom. I think Dr. Nurul already published announcement here, so on and so forth, including the course plan. So this course plan I will upload into the class work dekat sini lah. Okay, so this is a course outline or course plan. So I will upload this one to this section. So the arrangement is like this. I will teach according to the topic that being assigned to myself. So kita ada, I think for myself I have another 7 topic. So that's why kita letak lah course 1. Number 1 is course outline. Number 2 is the topic for today. And then I have uploaded the attendance link, Google link. So please click this Google link to sign up, to signing your attendance. I tak bagi dalam WhatsApp group lah. So you can go direct here, and then if you are not around, you can just drop by to our Google Classroom, sign in attendance, and then you can get the note. Yeah. After the class, this is a recorded version, so I will upload into YouTube, and then I will link the YouTube recorded video to this Google Meet recording lah, under the same topic. So it will be easier to everyone who not able to join, or you are not free at the particular time, 6 to 7 p.m. for example, so everyone can learn. And if you have anything to comment, or you have anything to nak tanya soalan ke, any question, you can drop by on the class comment. So insyaAllah I will try to respond as soon as possible when I get the notification. Okay, so everyone agree faham macam mana the way that we handle the class. Sekejap. Okay, so this is the topic for today. Okay, so the actually this topic is not being assigned in our course plan, but as time goes by each semester, when I teach about this topic, I found that this topic will become interesting if I add into the course outline lah. Okay, so the topic for today, kita ada sikit je slide, tak banyak. Okay, is about recognizing foreign halal certification body. Okay, so for your information, apology from me. Actually, since yesterday, all my teaching note in the PowerPoint is corrupted. So uh, I didn't get I still looking back or recovering the PowerPoint copy, yeah, from my external hard disk. Yeah, looking forward to that. Unfortunately, I didn't get the PowerPoint yet, but previous class in the previous semester, I have what we call the one attach this PDF form when I converted into from the PowerPoint slide into PDF form into the previous or last semester Google Classroom. So I extract it back. So for today, I will not using any PowerPoint. I just go to PDF file. Okay. So I try to make it as easy for you as possible to look at about the video, about the slide. So I hope that everyone can see clearly. Okay, so the topic for today is about recognizing foreign halal certification body. This is about that what if a country like Malaysia, for example, we would like to import a product from outside of Malaysia, and those product producer or manufacturer claim their product are halal. So how we do it? Okay. So currently in Malaysia, what we do, okay, usually certification body outside of Malaysia will apply to JAKIM, Jabatan Kemajuan Islam Malaysia, or we call it uh, kita panggil apa? Department of Islamic religious punya authority kan. So by having this, kita panggil, sekejap ya, yang pula, okay, so we go back to this topic. Okay, recognizing foreign halal certification body. This is the topic about again. It's about any uh, countries who would like to get the product outside from Malaysia, for example, or from abroad to their countries, and the supplier of the product claim that their product is we call it the product claim as halal. So because of that, most of countries that are importing the product from other countries, they will go to request a certification body outside from that particular country to apply as their certification body, and the authority from one country will go to outside, yeah, and then they will go for audit. Yeah. So any certification body outside of that particular country which get an approval, so that any product that will be bring in through that outside of certification body or abroad certification body will consider or accepted as halal in the particular country lah. Okay, so in this case, this is how our JAKIM, or we call it Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, is doing right now. Okay, but if we try to compare to other countries, as far as I know, for example, we have Indonesia previously. They are compulsory for any supplier of product. Oh, sorry, any manufacturers of a product, when those coming from outside from Indonesia coming to that particular country, to Indonesia, they need to apply halal certification. And then, as far as I know, those country as well, what you call that one? They Indonesia doesn't apply those recognizing outside certification body. Okay, that is a different approach lah. Okay, but in Malaysia condition, provided that any outside certification body that already applied to be recognized by the JAKIM, so they will get those product bring in to Malaysia will consider or receive certification. Okay. So in Malaysia, we know that we have Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, or we call it JAKIM. Yeah. Okay. So we have Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, or we consider as JAKIM, which is the authority. And then the responsibility of this JAKIM is to ascertain the halal status of product, involving the site inspection of plants and premises and examination on how the halal status of the raw material is maintained and monitored at all time. Okay. Together with this, actually, when one company who would like to apply halal certification, it shall apply or shall provide the evidence of documentation, including the ingredient status, the halal status of the ingredient, and then the JAKIM will monitor or I think evaluate. We call it document audit at that particular of time. If it complies with the requirement of JAKIM, so these company are eligible to be to go to the next step, which is we call it site audit. Okay, so that's why there is a word of site audit. Okay, so this is the common way of what this authority in Malaysia is doing lah. Okay, so why foreign halal certification bodies need the recognition? Okay, so in the case of Malaysia or certain countries, many raw materials used in local production are mostly imported ingredient or products. Okay, so that's why it's very hard to get halal certification. Or to ensure that the ingredient is halal if the ingredient is coming out from abroad. Okay, so because of that, we need to use this kind of approach, where the JAKIM will request anybody outside certification body outside from Malaysia shall apply to be recognized by them. Okay, and then this foreign halal certification body, or we call it FHCB, shall monitor the halal status of this material. Okay, so when a certification body, a foreign halal certification body already recognized by JAKIM, they are compulsory or they shall take the responsibility to monitor the halal status of the raw materials in that particular countries, from the countries that apply halal certification. Okay, so this one, JAKIM will recognize the foreign halal certification body, and then this foreign halal certification body shall comply with halal certification requirement that have been established by JAKIM lah. Okay, the recognition of foreign halal certification body is also extended to halal status of finished products, meaning that, for example, if one country such as Singapore, they want to export the end products from Singapore to Malaysia, for example, and then there is a certification body from Singapore, Majlis Ulama Islam Singapore, for example, MUIS, for example. So they already recognized by JAKIM. So this MUIS is also responsible to ensure all ingredient that being used in that end product or finished product are also halal. Okay, so how they do it? That's why we this foreign halal certification body, in this case of MUIS, for example, they are compulsory to conduct the document and site audit as well, similar like JAKIM did. Okay, so what are the terms and conditions for foreign halal certification body? Yeah, so foreign halal certification body shall be recognized and registered in the country. Okay, for example, if this MUIS want to export the Singaporean product to Malaysia, so this MUIS shall be registered in that particular country. Yeah, for example, we have Korean KMF. I'm not so sure what the full name, but this KMF is for South Korean uh, halal certification body. So this KMF shall be registered in South Korea as an entity. Yeah, so it shall be valid in that particular country lah. It shall not be some illegal entity that has not been recognized by their particular countries. Okay, so this foreign halal certification body also shall have a permanent membership, including Sharia expertise. Yeah, so previously, I think in 2016, myself and Dr. Aizat, we conduct a consultation to establish Korean, South Korean, and also Taiwan certification body. I think Taiwan, yeah, Taiwan certification body. So we went to Taiwan and then we conduct an audit. So at that, we know that in the minority Muslim countries, this what we shall do is we need to appoint somebody who already have a Sharia background to become the expertise in that particular country. So it shall be also become a representative of with Sharia background in each company that claim their product are halal. Okay, so this is what are the responsibility of this foreign halal certification body. At the particular of time, INHAD assisting Taiwan certification body, so we call it INHAD Taiwan certification body, something like that. Okay, so by having this approach, at least there is one personnel or some personnel that able to monitor, or somebody that can be referred when the company who claim their products are halal, they can ask any question related to Sharia information. Okay, and then this foreign halal certification body as well shall engage with technical expertise or food scientists. Okay, but that's depend. If the company is having a major production in cosmetic, for example, so they need to have some pharmacies or even chemists for that. And then if those company are producing food, so definitely they need a food scientist or food science and technologist, for example. Okay, so these foreign halal certification bodies shall agree to comply with halal certification requirement or other requirements recommended or approved by JAKIM. And this depend on the country that they want to export the halal products. Okay, and then this foreign halal certification body also shall allow JAKIM officers to carry out audit activities at the foreign halal certification body. Okay, all right. So, again, there is one student just joining. Okay, Mr. Ariful Islam. Okay, thank you for joining. So again, please go to our Google Classroom. Okay, I have uploaded the notes. Together with that, I have also uploaded the attendance Google Forms. So just sign into the Google Form attendance. You can get the note. Afterward of this class, I will upload the recording of these classes through the YouTube link. So you can watch the video afterward. Yeah? So let's continue. Okay, so in that case that it's okay for me. I know most of you are working. Alhamdulillah, you have a good tiding and glad tiding with that. Some risky from Allah. Okay, so I know you are working. Some of you are busy with that. So it's allowed to use this approach. I propose this approach as well because when I did my masters, I also work as a registered chemist. So yeah, so similar. I understand what those people working with. Okay, so let's go to another slide. Okay, so the specific conditions for meat and meat-based product. In the case of we know that to get halal certification from outside from certain particular countries, we need to identify what are the processed product and then the raw materials product. So most of cases, the critical ingredient is about the meat and meat-based product. Okay, so in Malaysia, I give an example. If this country, this Malaysia, is importing meat and meat-based product from other countries such as New Zealand, even Australia. Okay, so all these meat and meat-based product must be halal, definitely. And then upon of approval for importing those meat and meat products, JAKIM, together with Department of Veterinary Services Malaysia, DVS, shall conduct or inspect or audit to the abattoir or slaughterhouse and the processing plants. So in case of common halal slaughtering, we will learn this halal slaughtering standard next week. Okay, usually for any chicken, for example, or what we call them, cow, for example, to be before they being slaughtered, they need to be inspected and then receive veterinary health certificate, some certificate to ensure that those birds, those chicken are not infected with any disease. Together with this, by having this conducting inspection and audit, it will assist on ensuring those meat product imported from other countries are safe for consumption. So we know that there are some diseases, including the meat. I think the something like that related to mad cow disease. So we would like to avoid that one because we know even though the cow is halal, um, and then bird even chicken with having bird flu, even though chicken is halal, but having a disease is not toiban. So that's why Jakim together with DVS will definitely having this big responsibility to conduct the inspection. Okay, so usually, Jakim will inspect in terms of halal aspect and DVS will inspect in terms of animal health and food safety. Okay. Upon approval from both department, the abattoir and processing plant will be listed in Malaysian approved plant list. Okay. And then the halal certification issued by the recognized certification body will only be valid upon approval from Malaysian authority. And for your information, you have to know that any abattoir certification, the validity of certification is only 1 year. Yeah. Other products such as food products, processed food products, cosmetic, pharmaceutical, logistic, for example, those having a validity of 2 years. So you have to know that the validity of those products. Because of what? Because as I said, meat and meat-based products are the raw material, main raw material, and they are very critical one. So that's why the validity is only um, 1 year, and every 6 months the authority shall conduct the audit. Okay, but for your information, if you look at the current condition in Malaysia, there is some cases currently being said being had in Malaysia. There are some abattoir which is exporting meat and apa, meat-based product to Malaysia are tainted with corruption. So we were looking forward about what are those happening in those abattoir because there is some people also some expert already also claim there is possibility that these abattoir try to manipulate of way of slaughtering, which is they only comply with the slaughtering requirement usually when the audit will be issued, will be coming or will be conducted. Um, Most of that audit they would not really comply to that. Okay, that one big issue is about for these two authority, JAKIM and DVS, how they can and what you call that one? uh, address the issue and mitigate this issue as well. So perhaps if in the case of Australian abattoir or New Zealand abattoir, if they didn't comply with that requirement, those foreign halal certification body that been recognized by JAKIM will be questionable. So this is common. We call it uh, challenges that those country when they cannot produce their own uh, food for the whole communities. So these issues will come or will be related to food securities issues as well. So you have to take note. Now, when we talk about food halal, we are not only talking about the food or the meat or the cow or the bird being properly slaughtered. It's also shall be safe, meaning that not containing any disease. Together with that, the food and the food product shall also enough for the whole consumer in that particular or in any particular country, because this will be related to food securities issue. So that is how the whole halal thing is all about. So now halal is not about your food is not containing pork and not containing alcohol only. Now we should say about food that enough and safe for whole consumption for the whole human worldwide. Okay. So another information about foreign halal certification body, the specific conditions for meat and meat-based product, another requirement, those companies, any abattoir that really need to, that they want to export their product to Malaysia, they need to comply with the requirement of MS 1500 2009, which is Malaysian Standard Halal Food Production, Preparation, Handling and Storage. And then another document that is compulsory to be referred is Malaysian Protocol for the Halal Meat Production. So if you look back, actually, this MS 1500 2019 is has been they have another updated issues which is the version of 2019, but most of slaughtering is properly written in 2009 version. Nowadays, even though they have the 2019 version, so people still refer to 2009 because the authority, the Department of Standard Malaysia, they would like to try to divide afterward meat based product and other food product based the standard. So because of this, even though MS 1500 there is a latest version which is 2019, but 2009 is still being referred. Okay, this foreign halal certification body shall monitor and execute a supervisory role in matters of halal at the plant concern. Yeah. So again, as I told you, they need to monitor, do the site document audit. Together with that, they need to appoint we call that one Sharia expert, and then they need to conduct a site audit. So in this case, they need to execute a supervisory role in a matter for halal at the plant concern. Okay, this supervisory role will be of mutual consent of both the plant management and the certification body, foreign certification body, before they are considered for appointment by the Malaysian authorities. Okay, so in this case, in Malaysia, usually we call them as halal executive. Yeah? But in the case of foreign halal certification body, we can appoint a Sharia representative, and then we also can appoint a supervisory personnel, yeah, to monitor the activity in this slaughterhouse or abattoir. Okay, so this supervisory role does not override authorities from JAKIM to carry out follow-up inspection visit. Okay, meaning that even though that particular company already appointing one supervisory personnel, yeah, to monitor their activities, if the authority from Malaysia, which is JAKIM, would like to carry out an ad hoc audit, or we call it spot check, yeah, it will they cannot refuse, the JAKIM to go for an audit. Okay, so this is the condition or requirement if any company would like to export their product outside from Malaysia to Malaysia lah. Okay, so what are other responsibilities of the foreign halal certification body as well? The role of foreign halal certification body is to oversee the halal status in the plant, and this role does not mean to relinquish the responsibility of the Malaysian authorities, similar with the previous slide. This foreign halal certification body shall take responsibility of ensuring that the halal products to be exported to Malaysia to follow MS 1500 2009 version and other Malaysia's requirement. Okay, there is one condition I will share with you. In 2017, there is a company from South Korean. They would like to export their cosmetic to Malaysia. And at the particular of time, they appoint me as the consultant. So for cosmetic to be to be exported to Malaysia, it shall be registered with the NPRA, National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency, NPRA. So what I did, I register. So during this registration, we need to uh, upload the list of ingredient to their portal, NPRA. But unfortunately, it being rejected. It was rejected, and then I found out that in the list of the cosmetic product and pharmaceuticals one that are registered, they contain a drug which is banned in Malaysia. So any company actually, if they want to export the products to Malaysia, beside of they need to comply with the Malaysian standard like this one, they are also need to comply with other Malaysia's requirement, including the laws and regulations. So in this case, if the ingredient to being imported exported to Malaysia, if it is banned, it shall not be allowed or will not get approval from the Malaysian authority. So this will become take home we call it note for me, especially even though I've been becoming a consultant for a few companies, but this will become an eye opening condition for me, sir. Okay, so the foreign halal certification body must submit the application to JAKIM and also the audit report on the plants under its supervision in every 6 months. Okay, why every 6 months? As I told you, those meat and meat-based product, the validity of the certification is 1 year. So every 6 months they need to submit, and then usually after the submission being given, when the authority satisfy with the submitted document, they will go for a site audit. Okay, so any changes regarding the plan shall be informed to the JAKIM lah. So this is also the um, role of the foreign halal certification body. Yeah, and then even though there is a changing in term of organizational chart, within the foreign halal certification body or within the plan itself, yeah, or the premise itself shall be also informed to JAKIM. Okay. Okay, this one is also the similar information. Foreign Health Certification Body is responsible to submit a 6-month report on its monitoring and audit activities. Okay, meaning that uh, beside of submitting report, this Foreign Health Certification Body is also compulsory to conduct at least once, or I think 6 month, or every 6 month, or every year, at least once a year, an internal audit to the premise lah. So they need to conduct an internal audit, and then from the report, it's also shall be submitted to the authority, Malaysia. Okay, we'll come to what are other issues related to foreign halal certification bodies. Okay, most of the time when the foreign halal certification body, they don't really look into their role, they're not really comply with the requirement of JAKIM. So this is the issue that the authority in Malaysia found. Lack of proper tracking of the actual product by the foreign halal certification body. So the foreign halal certification body, they carry out site audit during the application only. Yeah. But as time goes by, each year for the continuation for halal certification, it's actually compulsory for them to conduct a surveillance audit, but it's not being properly done. So that's why the foreign halal certification body didn't receive any updated info about the latest product that already get halal certification. Okay, so you can see from this paper, you can try to find the title is halal integrity in the food supply chain. This is one of the issue that being addressed by these authors lah. Okay, halal integrities as well can become a big issue. Yeah, foreign halal certification body operate the management of halal certification for profit. Okay, this is commonly happen in minority Muslim countries, especially for those countries where the halal related management issues or governmental issues are not taken by the governmental entities. Yeah, most of the time when it comes to non-government organization, NGO, so on and so forth, um, for them to be operated well, sometimes they choose to have a halal certification for profit. Yeah. It's not wrong for profit actually, but if it is aim for profit, that's why any lacking information or lacking issues, lack of site inspection, people try to hide or we call that one close one eye to carry out corruption during the audit also happen. Yeah, so this is one of paper talking about this one. Yeah, we can bring in this information like this one from this paper. Yeah, serving a heterogeneous Muslim identity, private governance arrangement of halal food in Netherlands. This case happened in Netherlands. They say that a second motivation for the foreign halal certification body, which is the name is Halal Correct, in Netherlands was the possibility to earn money through certification. Okay, actually it's not wrong, but if the aim of it, the sole aim of it is for profit, sometimes you may or we may encounter this issue of halal integrity. Okay. Hence, a competition among foreign halal certification body, especially for halal certification body that deal with exporting halal products, especially to Malaysia and Indonesia, because of what? Most of Muslim countries, Indonesia is having the highest number of Muslim people, in the world. So that's why people start to we call that one having some competition, to become a foreign halal certification body for them to export lots of halal products to these countries. So competition among the foreign halal certification body can be clearly seen in Netherlands. This is also from the same paper that they claim. Okay. What else? Okay, the issues of legitimacy challenges among the foreign halal certification body. Yeah. So what's the meaning of legitimacy? It refers to a generalized perception, yeah, or assumption that the action of an entity are desirable, proper, or appropriate within some social constructed system or norms, values, belief, and definitions. Yeah. Most of the time, yeah, countries with more than one foreign halal certification body will face challenges of legitimacy. Why? Yeah, because you can see that once there is a first halal foreign halal certification body in Netherlands, and then they start to step at one back, or they don't agree with the way that the first foreign halal certification body is operating, so they create another second foreign halal certification body. You can see, in Netherlands only we have first foreign halal certification body, which is Halal Feed and Food Inspection Authority. Then they don't agree. They another team make a halal quality control. Then they don't agree. They create a halal correct. Yeah, because this halal correct said they did not trust the halal quality control since the latter focuses on meat production only. Yeah, I think it's not the latter, the former. Okay, and then uh, another group doesn't agree with the first, second, and third foreign halal certification body, so they create another halal certification body named as Halal International Controls. Okay, because they say that the first, second, and third ask too much money for their services. I'm not so sure how expensive for the halal certification. And then uh, now there are coming another one, which is Halal Audit Company claim that the former CBs, the whole 1, 2, 3, and 4 are lacking clear communication strategies. So in Netherlands only alone, 5 foreign higher certification body are there. So this is the issue of legitimacy lah. Okay. So because you have some assumption and perception that the previous or other entities are not having a good, desirable or proper system. Moreover, the degree of legitimacy influences the effectiveness of and efficacy of private governance, and there are often no formal mechanism for stakeholders such as government involvement. Okay, so again, the legitimacy issue is happen because of those NGO can create as much as possible or as many as possible numbers of foreign high certification body within one countries if the government entity doesn't take care at all. Okay, so without the stakeholders involvement, meaning that case of government entity, foreign certification body could claim they are better than other foreign halal certification body. This one similar from the same paper, which is serving an heterogeneous Muslim identity, private governance arrangement of halal food in Netherlands. Okay, so uh, we make a recap what we learned for today. Okay, this topic is recognizing foreign halal certification body is actually it's not being assigned to myself within our class actually course plan. But what I saw when we talk about global trade, so this will including or involving importing and exporting product from outside from one particular country. So usually the approach that Malaysia did is they need to recognize external certification body. So in this case, I think it is a good topic for us to be shared. So that's why this topic I create for all of you as introduction for our class. So we talk about JAKIM and their roles. We also talk about how the and why the foreign halal certification body need the recognition. It is because most of ingredients coming to Malaysia, for example, and certain and most Muslim countries are imported ingredient or imported products. So it's very unlikely for us to set up their individual supplier within Malaysia or within the particular countries. So what they did, they need to identify a foreign certification body to be recognized, and through this foreign certification body, they can offer the halal products and export that product to Malaysia in this case. Okay. So the term and condition for foreign halal certification body, but with a specific condition for meat and meat-based product, they need to comply with certain condition, especially when we try to import products such as meat from outside Malaysia. Okay, what are the Malaysian standard and other protocol that they need to comply with? Yeah, responsible of the foreign halal certification body. Yeah, you know that they need to conduct audit. They need to appoint Sharia personnel, and then they need to appoint supervisory personnel as well to monitor the pipeline happen or the we call it the process of the halal certification in the premise. Yeah. This foreign certification body also need to carry out their own site audit, prepare a 6 month report, and then send to the authorities. And then we also talking about the rising matters related to foreign halal certification body, lacking of proper tracking mechanism because this foreign halal certification body only focus on applying halal certification at the first place only. Yeah, they are not really look into the surveillance audit. Yeah, the issues of halal integrity when foreign halal certification body would really depend on this certification for profit purposes only. Okay, and then legitimacy challenges where because when there is no stakeholders such as government being taking care about these halal issues, especially in Muslim minorities countries, yeah, lots of non-government organization can be established and they keep claiming that they are better than others. Okay, so because of this the issues of they are not really solving the issues of halal certified product or bringing or getting more product to be halal certified. They are more on stabbing at the back of each other. So we shall this is the matter arising related to foreign halal certification body lah. Okay, so I think that's all for my class. Okay, so for those just joining, my name is Muhammad Shudran Abdulsani. Yeah, I'm currently the coordinator of laboratories in INHAD. Yeah, previously I worked as the registered chemist and I become the expert witness for court cases related to environmental study previously, but because I'm a registered chemist, so I developed also a method for halal authentication. Eh? So because of that, I become we call it technical expert when anybody or INHAD would like to apply for halal certificate or any company would like to apply for halal certification or any company would like to get a consultation. Okay, so previous consultation that we did, I did for Panasonic Sdn Bhd um, for their water filtration system. So we assist them to get halal certification. Yeah. I also get involved with the authority of Taiwan and even South Korea to get certification body to get halal certification to be recognized by JAKIM as well. So this is some of part of my sharing or experience for all of you. So previously also I've been called to give training to Pakistan at Comsat's University, Lahore campus. So we talk about halal certification and then laboratory testing for halal authentication as well. So I hope that by having some experience and some knowledge, you will learn more about how if we want to export our products or importing our product from other countries to your particular countries. Okay. So I think that's all from me. Before we end, do you have any question? Tak ada soalan No question so far. Okay. So if you don't have any question again, please go to our Google Classroom. I will show again. Yeah. Go to our Google Classroom. Okay, go to this classwork. Number 2 here, I have upload the attendance. Please sign in your this Google form for your attendance, and then I have uploaded the note for you. And then afterward, after the class, I will provide the link of this recording through YouTube, and then you can watch for your revision. Okay, I think that's all from me. We will meet again on next Friday. Okay, that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.